So there's currently a working new sprinkler glitch inside a grow garden. Now this is a lot different than the previous one, as you might have remembered, where you could, like plant down the crap and then sit there and delete them, right? And then get value out of that, where it would like, you delete it and then the timer would freeze. So it's going to work in the same idea, but the main core function is you don't keep the sprinklers down and it doesn't like freeze them, but it does work. So we'll go over that in a second. So starting off, do note we are giving away a bunch of these. I'm also giving away a raccoon. So let me find it. Yeah, I'm giving away the raccoon. So comment your username and like this video to enter into the giveaway. And yeah, for the most part, fairly simple. Bunch of free stuff. We're giving away seed packs, the new premium eggs, and then the raccoon pet. So make sure you like this video and comment your username down below. So starting off, what we're going to need is every sprinkler. So you're going to need a godly, advanced, basic, and master sprinkler. So for the setup, I'm just going to move these into my inventory. The sad thing is you are going to have to delete all of the sprinklers in a second after. I'll show you to get it to work. So do note the reason why is this is just necessary. So from what I do understand, this will work if you do it on any plant, but for the tutorial, I'll be using it on an elephant ear since this is how I got it to work last time. But do note with the normal, so there's the sprinkler method, right? Where you put the sprinklers down and leave, and then they continuously run. That isn't a glitch. That's just a core function. Even Jandel said it was. But the glitch, this one is more of a glitch. So it'll probably get patched soon. And the way this one's going to work is it actually will like pretty much do the same thing as the previous one where the time doesn't run out. But it is more of a like bug rather than like, it's more of like the mechanic around the sprinklers infinitely runs instead of, the visual timer. So last time the timer would like stop. So the timer would like stay stopped and the plant, it would like never go away. Now the only difference is it's not a visual bug as well. So the timer, like I'll go over in a second, but you end up deleting the plants and then after the sprinklers, and after you delete them, the effect stays infinitely. So what we're going to need is one of all the sprinklers, not obviously the crafted ones. And what you're going to do is find the spot you want to do it on. And you're also going to need to do it on a plant. So I'm going to move an elephant ear like right into the middle right here. And I'm going to put down, I would recommend don't have any active other sprinklers going. So like these ones, if I could find it, is somewhere in that mix. These ones are running. I might wait till these ones are done like that. So what we're going to do is grab in order. We're going to go basic sprinkler, a advanced sprinkler. You want to put them as close as you can, and then a master sprinkler. So all the sprinklers right down here. So the effect range, and then you're going to grab a trowel and move the plant just somewhere else, right out of the way. And then you're going to go back through and delete all the sprinklers. So I'm going to delete let's find the basic one first, then the advanced sprinkler, let me find it if I could hover over it, godly sprinkler, really hard to get the hovering right, and then the master sprinkler. And then from then on, the glitch should be set inactive to where now the effect will be infinitely running in the range that the sprinkler had previously. So this technically the sprinkler should be infinitely running. So I'm going to like collect some of these ember lilies and stuff, see if these will go. The range should be affecting a bunch of these ones. I need these to finish growing, and then those will be done. And then while I like wait to show like that actually works, I'm going to go over the best applicable way you can use this. So currently there are a few pets that are really overpowered to combine with this glitch, one of them being the new toucan pet. So you can use the toucan pet to have a crazy increase on all tropical plants. So if I'm using elephant ears, these will be drastically increased. So if I want to oh yeah, first try, it is toucan, this one right here. This one's going to increase the size of tropical plants. So pick up this one, I'm going to pick up, and I'm going to put down the toucan. So these ones, as the ability states, will grant all tropical plants within a 25 stud a 1.59 size bonus, and grants all tropical plants within with the same stud range a variant chance. So very helpful. But what we're going to do is then also combine this with a mooncat glitch. Now, the mooncat glitch is what's going to allow us to make this even more broken. So I'm going to quickly find my mooncat. So the reason why the mooncat one is broken is you're going to need a lot of them. So what you'll do is you'll put down the mooncats. I already have a full video rundown covering how this works, but you're going to put down the mooncats, right? And what's going to happen is the mooncats, they'll go over by something and sleep. And when they fall asleep in that range, also, as you see right here, we have some really, really big plants growing in. So the sprinkler effect is still running in this area, but it's not visually there. So the next thing we're going to do is with the mooncat. Obviously, once you put them down, the more the merrier. You want to try to have a toucan, one of these, you know, elephant ears, and then also have the sprinkler section going over it. And then what you're going to do is you can do this with, I would recommend obviously this with the normal method, but what you should do is leave the game. And when you come back, what you'll do is join on an alt account while like you're both in, and you're going to find the mooncat, and wherever the mooncat is, whenever it does its active ability, you're going to then join in. So you're going to join in on your main account, right? You're not going to click or anything. So, you know, you're not going to try to skip the loading thing. So you're going to wait for the loading thing to fully load in, right? All your pets and everything. You do not click skip past that. And then you're going to wait for the mooncats, you know, run around and all that. And then once they do their sleeping ability on the alt account, you're going to view where that mooncat is at, and wherever it's laying down. Once it lays down in the range of the pet or the plants that are both being affected by the toucan and the sprinklers, then what you're going to do is rejoin in or click the load in, and then you get, you know, the flashbang of like your plants grew while you're offline, and then they'll get affected by the mooncats, the ability, the toucan ability, and the sprinklers. So they get really, really big. That's probably how you could get, you know, plants as big as this one. But for the most part, this method is very overpowered. I don't want to run the video too long. I just give you a lot of information, you know, and